These are the most important mistakes that beginner footballers need to fix. You're watching All Attack.
Controlling the ball by stopping it. When beginner players control the ball in a game, they often stop the ball with their first touch. But the problem with this is, when you stop the ball dead right next to your foot, you end up having to take another touch just to get the ball out in front of you. And that gives defenders time to close you down. So what you want to do is touch the ball so that it's a little out in front of you. That way it sets you up for what you want to do next. Ball watching. When you're defending and the ball is on the other side of the field, inexperienced players have a tendency to just watch the player with the ball. But the problem with that is, that means they're not watching the players around them, so they lose the attacker they're supposed to be defending. So that's why, when watching the ball, you need to be constantly checking your surroundings. That way you can keep track of the attacker that you're supposed to defend. Taking too long with the ball. Beginners often take too long to do pretty much anything. See, in football, you usually only have time to do one or two things. Either you quickly pass the ball with one or two touches, or you quickly dribble the ball forward toward where you want to go. You don't have time to take one touch, then another touch, then another touch, without really ever going anywhere.
So I'd say make this a rule. Either quickly pass the ball or immediately go somewhere with it.
Not ready for physical play. When beginners first start playing against better players, they're often surprised by how physical it is and get pushed off the ball. And so what you need to learn is to protect yourself. Whenever someone's near, you have to be ready to put your arm up and defend your space. And if you're not running, bend your knees and lower your center of gravity to make it difficult to push you over. Not shifting position. When a teammate near you has the ball and they're looking for someone to pass to, beginning players have a tendency to just drift and end up behind defenders, making it difficult for teammates to pass to them. Which makes it so that they don't get the ball. So that's why in football, you need to be constantly shifting your position and creating lines where your teammates can pass you the ball. Not calling for the ball. Another reason beginning players don't get the ball is because they don't call for it.
Oh, hi. They got it.
And whether that's because they're too shy, or they're scared to get the ball because they're afraid of losing it, the bottom line is they end up never getting the ball, which makes it so that they never get a chance to improve.
I'm bad at football.
So that's why you have to raise your voice and ask for the ball.
Yeah, ball!
Only watching skill move tutorials.
Some players watch videos on YouTube of people doing flashy skills and think that's going to make them a great player. But unfortunately, that's not the case. Oh my God. See, when you're a lower level player, the basic things like controlling, passing, basic dribbling matter more than skill moves. So while we think skills are cool and it's great to work on them, Just make sure to focus on the basics as well.
Toe hitting the ground when shooting. When players are first learning to shoot, and they're trying to kick the ball with power, one thing that will often happen is that their toe will end up hitting the ground. So that's why, if you're struggling to shoot with power, it's important to lean your upper body away from the ball. That way, you'll be able to turn your leg and your foot so that your toes are pointed outward, allowing your foot to clear the ground. Not practicing consistently. One thing we often hear from players is that despite them practicing their shooting, dribbling, passing, and juggling, that they don't feel like they're improving.
And in these situations, usually their problem is that they're not practicing consistently. I'm going home.
See, you're not going to improve much by practicing once every week or two. That's not how it works. The truth is, to become good at any particular skill, you have to practice it for at least a few days a week, and do that for weeks and months. And if you want to become truly great at it, years. So there's no way around it. If you want to become good at anything, you have to practice consistently, over time. Worrying about mistakes.
Now, I know this video is about getting rid of mistakes. But the truth is, you're always going to make some mistakes. Everyone does. And so that's why it's important to not worry about mistakes too much. Because a mistake is in the past. And what football requires is for you to focus on the present and the future. So while it's okay to think about what you did wrong for a moment, it's more important to think about what you're going to do right in the future.